with another video, and we're going to be talking about Libras. Now, it's a lot of stuff to cover with Libra. Very, very tricky sign. Now, let me go into my Palm Pilot. Okay, so when you're dealing with a Libra, I'm just going to say a Libra woman, then we'll jump into a Libra man. Now, a Libra woman can be tricky because there's somebody that can come off as a friend, can be a really good friend to you, can really give you that type of vibe or that sensation. But when the pride gets bruised, that's what you gotta watch out for. When their pride gets bruised, oh man, it hits different. And see, this is when the jealousy starts to kick in. And you don't see it coming. They don't allow you to. So it's something that you gotta watch, because when this happens, they call themselves balancing things. See, everything must equal the same. So if you do something that tops them, then it's almost like they have to do something to you in order to make things balanced. Welcome, Divine Goddess and Thomas Faye. Welcome. Yeah, definitely, it's something you gotta watch, because you might not even realize you're doing this when they're doing it. See, it's almost like playing it's like playing a game of chess, or playing something that requires your mind to think. It is a power struggle. It's almost like they're fighting for leverage in a situation, especially if they feel some type of way, especially if they feel like, oh, you one up them some type of way, or you outmaneuvered them mentally, physically, emotionally. But they play these little games that kind of like, it taps on your mental. So it's like when you're leveling up and you do something that makes them feel small, then it's like they have to create chaos. They have to create something. And hey, sometimes it may relate to cheating on you, maybe deceiving you with another, let's say if it's a Libra female, she may mention other guys to make you feel jealous. And it could be to the degree of her feeling jealous in the situation because you one-upped her. She has to get the leverage and control in the situation to save face and to flip the narrative and make it seem like you were the one that was jealous the whole time. So this is very, very like complex, and it's evil, because it's like you can't control the way you feel pain. See, that's just some type of personal hang up or insecurity that you may have when other people are doing better than you. You can't take it personal and try to get the best of it by trying to control how much pain you get and how much pain I get. Like, you can't balance pain. You have to get over it. You see, and it doesn't happen that easily when, and I appreciate that, Samuel Jackson. It's like you can't balance pain. You only feel pain where there's a struggle in your life personally, of where you may feel inadequate about. Meaning, if you are insecure, the fact that, you're a small guy in this world, let's say you're 5'6", and you might feel like you're, invisible. You might feel like people don't respect you. You just something you may just have to accept your situation, but you can't balance that. You can't say, okay, well, since I'm small, I got to make the whole world feel 5'6" in different ways. You can't do that. But that's how Libras are capable of doing things. Like, wherever they feel hurt, they'll try to balance and equal that pain. So it's like, even if you absolutely said nothing wrong, but let's say it made them feel whatever the emotion was, they're going to make sure that you feel 50% of how they feel, regardless of what it is. They got to share the amount of pain that they feel with you. So how to deal with this is, like I say, you can't fight with this. See, the best thing to do when you're dealing with someone like this is you have to just ignore them. You have to give them no reaction, because a reaction equals it justifies them even doing so. It makes them feel like, okay, now you feel 50%. See, now we're even now. See, in their mind, it's always about getting even. It's never about, oh, you can just do something. And what do we call that? If they become a victim in the situation, then they must fix the scales, because you tip the scales by whatever you just did. And if it doesn't weigh enough to make them feel like it was necessary, then they're going to tip the scales to benefit them, to make them feel better. Tipping the scales never has nothing to do with you. And that is what the whole deception is within this archetype, is that you think that, oh, this Libra is here. Oh, this is Libra. Yeah, she's going to be keeping it cool and kosher, oh, just balancing things. But, and now it's funny, DJ Brown, you said that, because a lot of people think I do, but I don't. See, I take a lot of supplements. I take, what is it? Turmeric or whatever you call it. I take that. I take, what's the other one I take? Multivitamin. Let's see. But yeah, this is how I am. So I accept it. People always say that to me. They're like, yo, you, every time I talk to you, sound like you're just duped. You always sound high when I'm talking to you. It's like, bro, that's just how I talk. I can't change it, and I'm not trying to change it. Let me see here. Yeah, definitely. You got to be careful, Libra. Yeah, man, because it's like Libras are cool. Like, they can be some of the coolest of friends. Like I say, they're very, very receptive. They're very, very good at looking at different perspectives, but at the same time, like, they're good at protecting you from, like, from conflict. They're like, they know how to keep a fight from happening just by how they say things, how they deliver what's being said, especially if they get whiff of what happened. So they're good mediators. They're good at, being a crossing guard and making sure, a certain amount of people cross without getting crossed. So it's like, if you're a crossing guard, that's your job to make sure, the kids or whoever, pertaining to what establishment you're protecting them from getting hurt, right? But that's the thing. Did you know the secret about Libras is that, like I said, getting crossed or feeling crossed is how they can take it. They can take it in such a way that was not directed. See, which puts you on the defensive. Just like, think about it. If you were, let's say you in court, right? You go to your court case. Actually, there's a bug listening to me right now. A freaking tick. I think that's a tick. Well, he's watching too. He wants to know what Libra is all about too. But anyway, yeah, enough about that. Let's say you in court, right? And the judge says something to you that is not so. You're gonna be quick to defend defend that. Hey, I didn't say that, and that's not how I meant it. And woo. And it's like, that's how Libra puts you on that. They can pivot in such a way that they keep you off balance. It's almost like this, all by keeping them balanced. See, keeping you off balance gives them the control. And see, in an argument and you trying to defend something that they may have said to you to gaslight you, to make you feel like, oh man, I gotta stand my ground because they just said that I'm this bad, terrible person, and I know I'm not that way. So you may find yourself being off balance there, and then you're trying to state your case in order to convince or to get some sort of acceptance from the judge that, hey, I'm not like this. And you just said this as though you were judging me in such a way. And I'm just trying to defend that I'm not like that. Don't do that with Libra, because Libra at this point, is trying to make you doubt the fact of what you say you are by trying to convince them. It shows there's some type of imbalance within what you're saying and what you're doing. What am I saying? There's 50%. There's a 50% chance that you're trying to defend yourself because why? The Libra has planted that seed of doubt within your mind and that relationship with yourself. See? That, oh, maybe I'm not the way I say I am, which makes me have to prove it, which I don't have to prove anything. If you think that I'm a crackhead, you are entitled to your opinion, sir or ma'am. I can't make you believe me that I'm not. And what am I doing? I'm wasting my energy on something that doesn't matter. Your opinion has nothing to do with who I am today, what I ate for breakfast, what I have on my body. It doesn't matter. So you have to know the difference between does it matter or not regarding you and what someone else thinks of you. So if the Libra is going to judge you inadequately, physically, emotionally, they're doing it to make themselves feel 100% and how they feel in that current situation and how they don't, and what they don't feel and what they don't agree with. So this is a struggle within itself within a Libra, trying to balance things, constantly trying to control things and trying to control what gets what feels what. So you have to be very careful in relationships and friendships when you're dealing with a Libra, because these power struggles, and they come out of nowhere. You ever got stung by a bee, and let's say you were just fully unaware that bee was even there in the first place, or let's say bees, wasp, or however you want to say it. You get stung, you don't know where it came from, you're unaware. All you notice is that you're feeling pain, and you don't know why, what, when, how, because it's too late to react. That's how a Libra puts you off balance in such a way that you're like, wait a minute, what is going on? All you see yourself doing is explaining yourself, which puts them in control, because it's almost like you're trying to convince them to keep talking to you as a friend and in a relationship with them. The whole point that I'm making this live is that if you're stuck in a situation with a friend that's a Libra, or you're in a relationship with one, and this is happening to you, do not react. Don't sit there and try to explain yourself. Don't try to make them see your side of the story, because you're not going to win, fam. I'm telling you, when the Libras when they're in this in between of their chaos and their confusion, you trying to make them see your side is not going to work, fam. Because why? Separate from you, what do the court, let's say, what does the judge require? Like in a courtroom, it's all about the jury, what the jury thinks anyway. But the judge they're gonna play by their rules, and them rules is not in your favor, regardless of what you say. So just if they already got their mind made up, there's no point in you explaining to try to convince them otherwise, because what is that doing for you? That's making you question your relationship with yourself. See, that's the whole point. That's why I tell people, even with Scorpio, I tell people, like, be careful what you tell a Scorpio, because when it comes to transformation and transmuting things, look at a Scorpio like a person, like a mechanic, except they use trauma and pain to actually make their weapons, right? So if they would transmute the situation and use it against you, what would they do with the information that they have on you? They would use the information that they have about you against you, and then they'll make weapons with those things to hurt you later on. And it's done subtly, so it's not something that you will be fully aware of when a Scorpio's doing it, because why? They work behind the scenes in the dark. See, so they can do things like, for instance, Diddy, they can do things like slashing your tires. That's something that's done behind the scenes. You don't actually get to see who's slashing your tires when they're getting slashed, right? It's something you wake up to. Your car getting egged, something you wake up to. You think the person that says, hey man, I'm gonna egg your car, watch me do it. That's not how a Scorpio does things. They don't want you to see them doing the damage when they're doing it, when they're doing so. So if they're wrecking something of yours, they would do it in the dark where you can't see them. You will just find out later that it happened once they've already left the situation. See? So that's something you want to pay attention to. Now the thing about it is, when you now we go enough about Scorpio, but like I say, when you're dealing with a Libra woman, I'm gonna let you guys know why do they double down when you bust them on something, you catch them doing something, they will not take accountability for it. No. That's why I said the rules are not in your favor. It's not. See, you gotta know something and then you gotta move on. See, you gotta dismiss yourself. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta, you can't sit there and linger with a Libra. This is a sign that's very, very smart, if that's the way you say it. They are very calculative. They know exactly what they're doing. They know when to say things, because they know if you're watching, they're looking for that emotional moment. They're looking for you to get emotional, to validate and make them feel like they won in a situation. Why? Because they don't want their pride to get hurt. See? When you know when their pride is hurt, because they play these little games, like it's the type of, put it like this, it's like a situation like, look at someone being passive, right? Okay. If someone's being passive and in a situation, it's like they're doing something, but they don't want you to know fully that they're doing it. So it's like they'll post something on Twitter to make you feel jealous. Let's say you're their baby daddy and they can't stand you. And then all of a sudden they'll go on Twitter and they know that you be on Twitter and they post something like, oh, I'm thinking about having a baby again, another baby or something, right? They know if you read that, you're going to be like if you're the insecure type, or let's say you still want her, it's like, oh, she knows that you're going to be thinking like, oh man, wait a minute, who's she talking to now? Or like, and it's the thing, a Libra woman, she does not like being single. She's all about her image. How does she look to others? And the thing about it is, if she was to be like played in the situation, you best believe she'll find another man within that same week. And in her mind, she's not being a hoe. How she feels is that, oh, she actually knows that, oh, I have to be wanted. Like, and to know that she's wanted, what is she gonna do? She's gonna find another boyfriend that same week. See, right after she leaves one relationship, she's instantly into another relationship. Why? Almost is it also like she wants you to think that, oh, like, oh, she can't help it that she's so beautiful that a man has to get with her. Like, a man wants her that bad to where it's like, oh, she's gonna try to make it seem like it to you, like, oh man, like, I can't help it. I mean, they all want me, so I mean, as soon as I'm done with one, I'm getting with another one. I'm so beautiful. That's what it sees. She doesn't want to feel as though she lost something. She doesn't want to, she always does things to save face. See? So if you fire her from a job, she's always going to try to act like she found another one. See? So that you don't get the validation, or like you don't get the whole I fired you type of sensation. She always tries to one up you in any situation, however it goes. She always has to feel like she did something to make something happen. Going back to 50% of the pain. That's her balancing her pain and her to make herself feel better in the situation. So it gives her that 50-50, that 50-50 chance that, oh yeah, you fired me, but hey, I'm gonna make it look like I found another job, like I left you alone, or that I fired you. See, and that's see, when somebody operates like that, You have to, this is why it only works on people that do not truly trust themselves. See, it doesn't work on somebody that's fully like 10 toes down, like somebody that really knows themselves. And you, they only would do this to people that they know that they feel like they can do it on. So you got to be careful with that. And if a Libra is playing games with you, with that coming back and forth, you know, ignoring you because their pride is hurt, and that's another thing. Okay, so listen, when you're in a situation, and let's say you hurt a Libra in such a way, they will not come around you as long as they're still feeling hurt. See? Because why? They want you to feel 50% of the pain. If they feel like they haven't got even on that particular situation that they felt hurt about, let's say you do something, you do the unthinkable, and all of a sudden it made them so jealous, like, oh man, they got to get you back for this. Oh, you did them so dirty. They feel played. They're going to try to make you feel the same degree in percentage of pain of how they felt. They're going to try to, like, it's almost like they're trying to give you your fair share of what you've caused them emotionally, or whatever the cost was. They're going to try to make sure you have your fair share of it before they even come back around. So you do something to them, they're going to do it back to you in such a way, however long they've ignored you, that's just how long they were in pain, put it like that. And they felt that punishment was deserving, like a judge in a courtroom giving a case, putting you to what? I'm trying to say this the right way. When you because my talk so fast that it's like, damn, I can't even say the word. But like, basically what I'm trying to say is, like, I'm gonna say it slow. Sentencing you in such a way. That's what I was trying to say. Like a judge in a courtroom, okay? So when you're given that sentencing, I said it again, messed up and said it again. But y'all see what I'm trying to say. When they start to, give you that sentence, it's like, oh, you might have to serve so much time and, doing some bull crap. That Libra can have you go through a phase where it's like 3 weeks, they just totally, absolutely no contact. They're not talking to you at all, right? For 3 weeks, because they're pissed at what you did or what you said or whatever of how it made them feel. So they're dishing out that percentage to you. And then let's say 3 weeks after the 3 weeks sentence they give you, come back around like nothing happened. I said that's kind of mean, right? And it's even if you didn't even mean it that way, even if you just said how you felt, it doesn't matter, fam. Because listen, when we're dealing with Venus here, right? So when you have someone that looks at themselves on that tier or that level, that's how they carry themselves. They carry themselves like they're, like that they're on that top scale, like they're on the top of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is beneath them. So when they feel like they're on that high rise, and we say that in such a way of being the judge, because in the courtroom, it's the judge. See? That does the sentencing, however you say it. So you gotta look, high horse, in other words. So they always have to have the high horse in every situation. Even if it's petty, even if it's something small. And that can be hard to deal with. And it's almost like you have to see, if you are trying to convince the judge before they give their ruling, it's only if they let you talk, right? It's all these little rules. Only if they let you talk. But you can't represent yourself. You have to have a lawyer, a public defender. You have to have, it has to be done in such a way that you can't just have that openness of just saying what you want to say. Because if they have to save face, They're requiring the same thing from you. It's almost like you can't just say how you feel when you're dealing with them. Otherwise, it's hell to pay. See? So they don't communicate the same way, in such a way, because they look at things in life as partnerships. They look at things, they look at a connection as a relationship. So they do not expect you to say how you feel. They're looking at you as like you guys are in a relationship. See? So where am I going with this? It's almost like you have to compromise in every situation that they put you in. Because if you're having a one-to-one conversation with them, you have to beat around the bush. You can't say how you feel, because guess what? The tables will turn. It ain't about emotion. It's about her seeing the situation in her own ruling. This is my courtroom. Yeah, whatever applies with you doesn't apply with me. That's how they're looking at you. So you're always in a situation where they have to feel like they're in control of what's happening, what's going on. Like, okay, yeah, you can talk, but they're gonna try to take over that. So it's like, yeah, why? Now let me ask you guys a secret question here. Now do you guys see the correlation of why Geminis are attracted to Libras, right? That's considered something similar to how Pisces and Scorpios are, right? Geminis, they bring the information, see, which stimulates the Libra's juices. They need information to thrive off of. So the more you talk to a Libra, the more interested they are, and the more you have their full attention. Isn't that what a judge does in the courtroom? He needs the information from both sides to determine a verdict of saying, okay, well, I got this story over here, and I got this story over here. Now, regardless of what the truth was, the jury is going to have the final say so regardless. See, and that right there takes the whole freaking, what if you were being completely honest and you didn't do what they're accusing you of, right? Let's say the jury, they find a way to say that you are not telling the truth, right? So remember I said, instead of giving a reaction, and you know what you know and you know why you said it, the best thing for you to do to keep the control is to walk away. Don't engage. Do not give the Libra any information. Use confidence instead. Use confidence. Confidence is saying, wait a minute, I don't need your approval. I'm not going to follow your rules. And hell, if you got some Aquarius energy in your chart, hell, you're gonna rebel anyway. So you gotta really take control of yourself and your own actions when you do. Now I'm gonna tell you guys some quick reasons why Libra does this. Now, so when you, give me 1 second. How many of you guys out there feel the same? Like, how have you guys out there had any good dealings with it? Have you guys had a hard time trying to figure out why a Libra is behaving the way that they are? Because, like I say, it happens to the best of us. You don't feel like you're a victim, and hey, there's no such thing as a stupid story, or however you want to, that you may feel that it is. But let me tell you something. Pride runs deep. Pride runs deep with Libras. Now, have you ever had a situation where, let me turn this too bright. You guys have ever had a situation where you won the argument, and let's say you're dealing with a Libra. A Libra is no matter how wrong they are, their pride would not let them tell you so. So they'll argue with you up and down and know that you're right, but they're not going to give you that type of Like, they're not gonna give you that validation of saying, hey man, you know what? I was wrong and you're right, man. You're right. You're not getting that from a Libra, fam. They will lie to save face. So they hate feeling like they lost face in the situation. Now, even if they feel slightly played in the situation, now this is so bad, because when you're dealing with a Libra that behaves this way, it can feel like you're walking on eggshells. It can feel like you have to always watch what you say, because they're gonna take it there, and they're gonna take it in a way of which they're gonna judge you. So it's like, if I say I like to eat plums, they're gonna be like, what? You like to eat groceries? And you're like, wait a minute, I'm just talking about just mere plums here. It's like, even if you didn't mean it that way, to a Libra, it meant that way. So it's like, you got to add on something extra, because you don't know what type of Libra you're dealing with, and say, hey, I like to eat plums and oranges. See that? Because if you don't say it that way, however the Libra takes it, it's almost like they take the wheel. You're in the driver's seat, and you don't even have control over the wheel. The Libra just takes it and runs with it. And you can't get it back. You can't get the control back, because as soon as you reach for the steering wheel, you're done. You're cooked. See? As soon as you try to reach, that already shows doubt. That already shows doubt that you're not in control. See? If something was already there for you, what are you reaching for the steering wheel for when the Libra already took the steering wheel? You have to let them see. You have to treat it like this. You have to take your hands off the steering wheel, because guess what? If I'm lying, and you think if I'm lying and I'm telling the truth, then I guess we all should just crash then. So that because the world doesn't work like that. So I just put my hands up and say, okay, take the wheel, and we crash. Boom. Now that we're dead, who looks stupid for doing so? Because you're gonna lose anyway. Had you sat there and tried to fight for something that you already knew the truth about, you lost already. See? Because there's no proving in something that you know that it happened the way it happened. See, that you can't prove. Someone can't see what I'm getting to is that somebody that says you're lying when you know you told the truth, what ends up happening anyway? You end up getting killed anyway. See? Because that lets you know that it's an illusion. See, there's illusions and truths. See? Because you can, what the truth is you cannot make somebody see your side, fam. I can sit on here and say that red is red. I can get on here and say that, oh, your hat is facing frontwards. We all have different perspectives. So even if the people in Asia see this same hat, they might say I had it on backwards. And we say, oh, you're wrong. I got my hat on right. It's the front. Somebody from a different perspective, from a whole different country, can say your hat is actually facing backwards, right? And you really know that your hat is facing forward. There's no argument. So if I'm wrong and you think I'm wrong, then I guess we're all wrong then. See? So that's why I said it's an illusion, because people are going to put their pride first before they actually accept the truth anyway. Do you know how many people? Let's look at the people that passed away. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. They died before they actually were proven right. See? Whatever opinion they had, and it was the truth, they might not live to see it. Just so you could believe it. But guess what? It's still gonna stay the way they said it, even if they're not. So it's almost like they're still here. See? That's why I always say, like, what's written in stone is because it was proven true. Do we really have to have we really gotta have Jesus right now in a body form to be like, yeah, I told you so? No, it's written in stone. It's in the Bible. It was already proven so that later, okay, when you finally wake up to smell the coffee, oh yeah, yeah, do unto others as you were one done to you. You realize that, oh, I'm in a bad situation, so there must be some truth to what he said because my way didn't work. So we are dealing with what? Pride. Pride kills selfish people. That's why I said with Libra, it runs deep. So let them believe what, see what this is I just told y'all, I just gave y'all a nugget. I just gave y'all a secret. And this is like words of wisdom. Let people believe what they want. Your truth is nobody's business. See? You should know your own truths. Let people run with their illusions of who you are. Let them stay delusional to who you truly are. Because that once they let you, put it like this, nobody should be able to figure you out. You should be a Rubik's Cube. Not even an AI generated robot should could be able to put you together. If they can't figure you out, thank you so much. I done my job. You think that I'm a criminal and I'm a churchgoer? Hey, I'm the one that I don't hurt nobody. We can say that too. And you thinking I'm a criminal? Oh, okay. I'm gonna let you run with that. See that? Why? To run your ass into a brick wall and realize that, oh, he was right. He wasn't a criminal after all. Yeah, but I'm going to make you see, losing control isn't all about the physical. That's why I said we're fighting over something that we absolutely have no partake in anyway. You cannot control fate. See, you can't control karma. You can't control it. So what are we fighting for? We're fighting for ourselves. We're fighting to let go. That's the whole fight, is to let it go. Somebody tries to rob you and they say, man, give me that gold chain and give me all your money and the gold chain, them Jordans, right? Let it go, man. Take the gold chain off. Take the Jordans. Let them take everything, right? Because listen, it's not about getting robbed. I've been saying this shit. I've been saying this secret for the longest time. You really think that, let me ask you something. You really think that the robber or that's what they're considered, right? You really think that it's all about what you have on that they want? It's not about see? It's not about the gold chain. It has nothing to do with the gold chain. It has nothing to do with the Jordans. It has nothing to do with what is of value, right? It's deeper than that. See, when you get tied to something, when you're bonded to something and you think that it's worth so much, that is an illusion. See? And to break that illusion, got to get robbed for it, right? But did you know giving that thief what they want is really about you letting go? It has nothing to do with the stuff, the material. See, he's robbing you because it is a test from the universe of you letting go of the things that don't serve you, the things that don't matter, the things that have no value. He's when you think he's physically robbing you, he's taking away things you don't need. He's trying to prove to a point to you that none of that stuff matters. As I said before, if I let you take the wheel and we crash, that was going to happen anyway. See? So if you're going to try to rob me, I throw my hands up and I say, here, man, take it, take everything. And you go to jail or you get killed later on doing that same thing, it was going to happen anyway. So what am I fighting for? You're fighting against yourself. If you lose your life for that gold chain, then what are you're really making it seem like your life is worth nothing for that chain. If you die for a gold chain, that meant that's how you felt. You felt like, hey, you know, some people out here that have nothing to lose, and there's some people out here that'll die over a gold chain just because they feel that their life sucks. See, they feel like their gold chain made them as a man, a person. Maybe my mama gave me that chain. You know what I'm saying? That's probably how they felt. But it's not worth your life. That's why I say when you're dealing with anything that challenges you for your truth and your transparency, it ain't worth it. You can believe anything you want. Now here's the thing. They pull back and they will ignore you when their pride is hurt. Yes. And they'll act like it don't matter. See, even if they deeply are pressed about what happened. And why? That pride that they have, it protects their image. So I'm just trying to help you guys. Now the next thing is the jealousy of you leveling up, their friends leveling up. If they feel like they're going nowhere in life, definitely they're gonna thrive on that balance that I was talking about. See, so if somebody's close to them and they're leveling up, guess what? You done bought a mansion. You definitely can see the glow up, and you making boss moves. I'm gonna tell you right now, if your Libra friend, loved one, if they're not doing so, you best believe some jealousy is gonna come behind that, of those levels of you coming up. And see what's going on, Jupiter. What's going on, everybody that just came in and everybody that was here that I may have missed. So the next thing I want to say is it definitely can trigger envy. See, instead of celebrating. That's one thing. And I always tell people that, like, you should always celebrate somebody else's success, even if you do not feel like doing so. See, sometimes you have to give everybody their claps. Your time is coming. But other people, if they're doing it, it's not about you getting jealous. It's about you being happy for other people because your time is coming. See, you're just in the waiting. It's almost like you in line waiting until it's your day, until it's your turn, but you will get your turn. And that's why I tell people, stop doubting yourself that you're not going to get a turn. That's why people hate. See, it's almost like they don't believe that it's almost like their faith is at hand. They do not believe that their turn is coming. See, it's a place of doubt to actually get jealous and be like, oh, I hate this person because they're just doing so much better than me. Like, that means that you just don't believe. Now, here's the thing. A Libra would definitely go quiet on you. That's the first sign. Yes, they'll stop talking to you. They'll become distant. They was hitting you up every day. All of a sudden, they're salty now. See? And that because them doing that, it almost is like they're being reminded of their insecurities when they're doing so. And another thing too, they're testing your loyalty and attention to them. So they may often ignore you or just hang around with other people just to throw bait at you. See? And a lot of times they're doing this because they want you to chase them. It's a power play. And that's what Libras are and what they're capable of. They're capable of doing these power play games and making power moves in situations. So if you react, then that lets them know that they still have the control. See, it's all up. They're basing everything off your reaction. Now, nothing. I'm gonna tell you this: Libras will do this to save face, and this is not something that's easily changed. So they will avoid accountability for their actions. Now, Pisces, I'm gonna say this about Pisces now, because we are the ones that are so compassionate, and we tend to easily forgive others when they probably aren't like deserving of it. Okay, so you have to hold everybody accountable. This ain't just about zodiac signs. This is life. You got to hold people accountable for their actions. Somebody, put it like this, somebody ghosts you for 2 weeks. That's a long damn time, right? Yeah. Is that your friend? Oh yeah, you used to be friends with them, right? But they just ghosted you for 2 weeks. I'm here to tell you the truth is they're not your friend. You have to stop giving people so much credit. And hey, I'm not just talking about Pisces, I'm talking about anybody out there that does this. Stop giving people chance after chance after chance. Just you're giving them more chances to hurt you. So think about you guys playing a video game or a board game. And if somebody ran out of chances and they're ignoring you, then it's over with, right? So why do you continue to keep giving them another chance at hurting you? So that's what you're basically doing when you let somebody in easily after they just did some fuck shit. It's like, oh, I'm just giving you a pass to hurt me again. You have to have self-worth. If you have no self-worth, people are gonna walk all over you every time. You don't hold them accountable to nothing that they've done to you, that they know that they have treated you bad for X amount of years, and you just continue to let them come back. Oh yeah, you cheated on me. Oh yeah, okay. You say you're sorry. You won't do it again. Okay, you can come back. Even though you just moved all your ish out last night. Oh, come back and move all your ish back in. And we're good. Yeah. Just don't cheat on me no more. No, you can't do that. You have to tell them, I'll think about it. But I'll think about it. You should be saying that to slow it down, to actually, put that boundary there and say, you know what? Nah, I don't think it'll ever work again. I don't think we'll ever be able to do that again. Or, hey, that's off the table. You got to hold them accountable. It's not no easy ride of coming back. No, if somebody ghosts you, that's their answer right there. That's how they feel about you. Did you know, like, everything of how a person feel about you is not always emotional. You got to look at what the actions. See, actions speak louder than words. So it'll never be just on the emotions of which a person show you, because emotions change. What it's more about is what you can't see, the subconscious. There's people that subconsciously hate you, and it shows within their actions. It shows within their actions because them ignoring you just shows how much they hate you. See, because they rather not give you the satisfaction, right, of whatever they feel you benefiting from. See, so if somebody really can't stand you, the best way to know that's happening, it is by them ignoring you. Because listen, to not be pressed or bothered by somebody that you maybe dislike, right? You will still let them linger around just to give them some hope, to stew in it, to make it seem like, oh yeah, I dislike you, but you don't have my emotions to the point where I actually will block you, because that would make me look like, oh, I'm letting you bother me. Like, oh, I'm letting you get on my nerves that bad to where you control me that much for me to block you. See, if I want you out of my eyesight so bad, that means I'm allowing you to get to me that bad. Or I feel like you have so much control over my emotions that I have to block you. See that? So who loses? You lose because you blocked him. See how inadvertently you would think that you blocking them gives you some leverage? No, it doesn't give you leverage. The one that is hurt in the situation has already lost the war. See, that it doesn't take a bomb to win a war. See, all it takes is for you to feel hurt. See, once you say I'm hurt and you start shedding tears, you lost the war, fam. You don't have to throw another bomb, because that's not gonna. You lost, fam. You lost. As soon as you say to yourself, I'm hurt, you lost. It's over with. Just move on. See? And then, because your body is going to react of what you think of the situation. See? Because your thoughts, that's why they say be careful what you think about, because your thoughts run your life. See? Once you say I'm cold, oh, I'm freezing. Then you're going to be cold. Your body is going to prepare for that. So whatever you're thinking about, your body is going to prepare for it. That's why I tell people, be careful what you try in life, because are you really being curious? You're trying. See, we already know curiosity killed the cat, right? And it also killed the mouse. See, and also killed that man, that ran across the street and didn't look at the stoplights, right? And so on and so forth, right? And why is it always seem that the more curious you are, the more danger you put yourself in, right? Because that tells you something about life. There's nothing to try. See, there's nothing to try out here. Because if you think that way, then you're going to get destroyed, fam. You got to know that goes into you having to know what you want to do in life. You have to have a plan. Being curious is only going to get you killed, fam. And that's the harsh truth. It's going to knock you off course, because listen, to be curious, what that really means is to let somebody else subdue you. See, to let somebody else take control. See, when you try stuff, you're not in your right mind. You don't have any boundaries. See, that's why I tell a lot of Pisces to be careful dissolving boundaries and not having any boundaries, because then you allow somebody else to take a rope and pull you, see, or tow you like a truck. See, it's like, yeah, you don't have any boundaries to hold anything down, to make somebody say, I see you holding it down, man. Slow down. No, they're gonna be like, look at this pile of treasure. Look at this. Oh, look at this. What the pirates be saying? They say, oh, look at the booty. They call it, what do they call it, guys? My jokes are terrible. I always, I'm not funny, man. That's not my expertise, is to get on here and be a comedian. So if you guys have a beef steak tomato, just throw it at me. I plead the fifth, man. Hey, but anyway, yeah. And it's the thing, they fear losing the spotlight. Just like right now, I'm out of the spotlight and it's dark as hell. So we're gonna continue this tomorrow, you guys. I want to thank everybody for coming out, for watching, and I do apologize for the lack of quality and the spotlight. I will make sure I do this during the day for you guys, I promise. And like, comment, share, subscribe, man. And I'll catch you later. Peace out.